Leo Frank was innocent. And those 4 words have eluded polite conversation in Atlanta and in Marietta for over a century.
First time I walk into Publix on East Piedmont, I'm wearing my yarmulke as I do, and I walk up to the register to pay, and there's an older man who looks at me and says, "Are you Jewish?" He said, "You know, a long time ago, about 100 years ago, we did a really horrible thing." He said, "We did a really horrible thing to a man named Leo Frank, and I just wanted you to know that." Let us pray. Our God and God of our ancestors, may we never forget that 100 years ago on this very spot, nearby across the street, there were those who really did a very horrible thing to a man named Leo Frank. There were those who did a really horrible thing to a man who was innocent of a crime he did not commit. There were those who did a really horrible thing to a man simply because he was different, because he talked different, because he came from a different place, because he prayed to God in a different way, because he was a Jew.
We had the 103rd anniversary of the lynching of Leo Frank just a short distance from where we stand today. But I'm not going to talk about a terrible trial where every morning the jury was marched from the Kimball House Hotel into the courthouse, and there were people with whiskey bottles in their back pockets and bandanas around their necks shouting, "Hang the Jew or we'll hang you."
From Congressman John Lewis. John wrote, "On August 17, 1915, a mob imbued with racism and anti-Semitism attacked and killed Mr. Leo Frank. His lynching was a horrific denial of justice and a stain on the region and state's history."
Frank has had his justice delayed. He's still guilty in the official records of the state of Georgia. And yet every historian, every politician, every prosecutor knows that Leo Frank was innocent. By your presence here today, that is one more step towards the ultimate exoneration of Leo Frank, of a person who was innocent of all crimes.